Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show, Red Pill Edition. My name is Leon Jones, and today I'm going to give you my Memorial Day masterpiece. And I'm going to talk about the characteristics of a simp. That's right. The title of this video is The Characteristics of a simp. Now, on YouTube and in the real world, we hear this definition or this adjective describing a man who doesn't have killer instinct as a simp. Now, simp had its own acronymic definition. Some used to say it's someone idolizing mediocre pussy. But if you put everything into perspective, that's not what a simp is. Now, in the black community, we use the word simp. Now, there are other synonyms for the name simp. There's white knights, eunuchs, manginas. Those are the other ones. But they all equal being a simp. Now, a true simp is just one step above being an incel. Now, I'll differentiate the two in just a moment. But a simp is one who is trying to buy love or validation from a woman. So what he is doing is basically telling a woman what she wants to hear or what he believes she wants to hear. A simp is also one who's placed in a friend zone. And a number of women know who simps are. And see, what the simp has on his mind is really not to be with this woman. He wants to sleep with this woman. But he doesn't have enough confidence to tell this woman that he wants to sleep with her or be with her in some form or fashion. So what he's going to do, he's going to use a passive way of trying to get to this woman. He's going to tell her she's beautiful. And if she's a single mother, he's going to go against his values because a lot of us guys don't date single mothers unless we're going to smash and dash. But usually, on that note, simps will go against their own belief system. They will go for a woman that they normally wouldn't go with just to have sex with her. And simps are very disingenuous. A lot of you simps out here are very impulsive. They're emotional. They're very jealous. And when they've had enough, your simps get violent. Your simps are the ones who are in the gangs. And your simps are mother's boys or mama's boys as well. They don't have any killer instinct. They've been raised by their mamas to placate the women. They put women on a pedestal. But the problem with the simp is he's very weak-minded. The simp is going to give a woman that he's dating wife treatment. Now, let me put this out here. As a red pill man, red pill men don't hate women. MGTOWs don't hate women. Individuals like myself who became red pill and you have your MGTOWs had to go through the system of alimony and child support. And we see what's going on with the inequities of men being treated like second-class citizens. And a simp always validates feminism. And the reason why we in the red pill community, the MGTOW community, and the IBMOR community are having trouble defeating feminism, it's because feminism is also saturated with simps. See, again, a simp is a very disingenuous man. He lives his life through trying to buy love from women who don't want him. A simp believes everything that a woman tells him. In other words, he agrees with all of her rhetoric. He doesn't hold a woman accountable. And see, what a simp does as well, he contributes to the narcissism of a woman because he's giving her everything, he's telling her what she wants to hear, and that woman believes that she can utilize her inflated ego to every man out there. And when a man tells her that she's not all that, he deflates her ego and she gets highly emotional. But again, when it comes to how simps operate on a level that they are trying to buy a woman. For the most part, simps don't have confidence in themselves. And some of these simps, again, believe it or not, they've been told by their mothers to worship women. And some of these mothers who have sons have had sex with their sons. In fact, their mothers treat their sons as if the sons were their man. But when it comes to the simp culture, why do we have so many simps? The answer is very simple. Social media. See, you have a number of women who are undesirable. And women know how to utilize Photoshop and other look enhancers to make themselves out to be something that they're not. So what women have done, they've put themselves on Snapchat, online dating. They put themselves on Instagram. And what they've done, they've attracted a lot of guys. And see, these women are looking for the attention, and they are getting the attention. See, these guys who are simping for her have in mind that they can sleep with her. But everything is all virtuous. It's not real. The simp lives in a fantasy land. He believes that when he gives a woman a compliment, that that woman is going to pick him. But these women, they get compliments every day. And they know that this man who is simping for her is a weak man. But at the end of the day, this simp, a lot of your simps end up being Captain Save-A-Woman. And some simps are a woman's brother. See, a woman could go out and pick a fight with a man. And the man say something to her, not even put his hands on her, she's calling her brother. And her brother wants to come and fight the man. Well, if that brother injures that man or even kills that man, he goes to jail. And you have a lot of men who are in jail because of simping. They've run to the rescue of this woman. When a woman exaggerated who she really is. That happened to me. Had an incident one time with someone's daughter because the mom did not know how to raise that daughter. And I got in that daughter's ass. So the daughter goes into the bathroom and texts her brother. Now, I'm not going to mention the person's name out there. But then the brother comes over like he wanted to do something. And then behind my back, the brother said to his mom, I just wanted him to see what it feels like to be yelled at. That's a simp right there. That's somebody that could have gotten his ass waxed. But if I had thrown hands on this kid, I would have gone to jail. And see, a lot of simps don't understand what it is to be a man. They're programmed to be emotional. And simps are subservient to women. Again, simps put women on a pedestal. And at the end of the day, if you look at what's going on around you, the more simps that get on the side of feminism, the less we have, or the less opportunity we have as men to defeat feminism. Now, let me put this out here to make everything clear. If you have a woman, it is nothing wrong with treating your woman. Now, that woman has to earn your affection. That table and some of the characteristics that I say, the knowledge, the leadership, the discipline, the creativity, the innovation, the security, the provision, woman has to earn that. And she has to bring more than just a fat ass. See, in the black community, a number of African American women think because they got a fat ass, that's all they need to bring. But all we're going to do with that fat ass is bend it over and hit it a couple times, get a 30-minute nut, and we're out. Because she's only appealing to us as somebody to smash and dash. But if you're a real woman, you're going to be humble. You're going to be, and that's what femininity is. It's being humble. You're going to be one who's going to listen. You're going to take direction. You're not going to be influenced by feminism or by other bitter women out here. And this is why I'm doing my series on the older women, because the older women are creating this culture of younger women to be disrespectful because they made poor choices during their life. But going back to a simp is looking to validate women. He will drop his belief system. But going back to being disingenuous, he's really looking for sex as well. But he doesn't know how to get sex. He doesn't know how to talk to women. And again, a simp is basically a blue-pilled man. A simp is just one step from an incel. Because an incel is one who is definitely looking for a woman, and he believes that he should have a woman. Look at Elliot Rodgers. Couldn't get a woman, so he took his anger out, killed a number of people in California. Because he thought he had a BMW, he looked nice. Doesn't matter what you look like. If a woman likes you, she's going to pick you. If she doesn't like you, she's not going to pick you, but she's not going to hate you. She's going to put you in a friend zone. And simps allow themselves to be used. And the only time a simp is going to wisen up to the game here is when he has no money. And he's going to find out later on from individuals around him who are his friends. See, simps don't do a lot of listening because simps, their mind is caught up on validating this woman. But as a man, you got to see the signs if a woman really wants you. Because if a woman wants you, you don't have to do a lot of work. You can go to a coffee shop. If she's asking you to do more while you're dating, like give her that wife treatment, and you give her that wife treatment, you are a simp. If you are dating a woman that you normally wouldn't date, like a single mother, and you're using her kids to get to her, and you want to show her that you love kids even if you don't, you're being a simp. In fact, simps lie to themselves. So if they lie to themselves, they're going to lie to you. And when it comes to being a true red pill man, red pill men do not simp. Red pill men do not play Captain Save-A-Ho. Red pill men believe in the Most High. They believe in the truth. They believe in the order. Simps don't believe in the order. This is why a number of simps in the black community believe the black woman is God. She's not God. But simps believe it. Because see what the simp is trying to do too, because the simp has a lot of insecurity issues, he's trying to compete with the so-called alpha male. But even the alpha males out here are simps themselves. Because a true alpha male, and I said I wasn't going to use the word alpha male, but it came up. A true alpha male is a leader. He's a builder. He's not thinking about smashing and dashing a bunch of women. He's thinking about building communities. He's thinking about making money. And see, in the black community, we define a man as how many women we're sleeping with. But at the end of the day, we don't gain anything. We lose a lot of money by sleeping with women. And also, the simp, what he does. Because a simp can be a thug as well. He's the one laying down with some of these women and not taking care of these women. See, if you look at it, an honest man doesn't have to simp to get a woman. But a man who continues to lie, because simps live in lies. They live in deception just like women do. And some of these simps, believe it or not, they're also switch hitters. And what I mean by a switch hitter, they go both ways. Because if some of them can't get a woman, they will go after a man. Now, again, I put this out a long time ago. Getting a nut should not be a priority. Building yourself up to be the best man you can be based off of integrity, character, and personality is what you should be choosing. And understanding the Most High. Viewing the Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Old Testament. And see, the only way simps are going to learn is they must be taken down the hard way. Because if you think about it, we blame feminism for destroying masculinity. That is part of it. But it's the simp culture that's destroyed masculinity. Again, a lot of these individuals, when they see a woman, particularly on Instagram, he's automatically in his feelings about this woman, even if he doesn't have this woman. And simps are very jealous people. They're jealous because they think all that work that they're putting in for that woman entitles them to have that woman. But in actuality, it doesn't. So if you think about it, the simp is a dangerous man. He can't control his feelings. The simp is a violent man. And he's violent because he can't control his feelings. He doesn't know how to rationalize. He doesn't understand female nature. He thinks he does. He does not like men who are more masculine than he is. He is threatened. Again, simps are very jealous. They're not just jealous of other men. They're jealous that they really can't get women based on their own merit. This is why they have to be passive-aggressive about getting a woman. And again, a simp also agrees with everything a woman says, even if she's wrong. A simp is not going to correct the woman. This is why some of these women run over these guys. Because the guys are afraid that if they say something to a woman, she's going to bail. Well, she's going to bail anyway if she doesn't want to be with you. But a simp does not know how to defy logic. A simp also has psychosis. And a psychosis is utilizing false beliefs that you think are true, but they really defy reality. Simps don't live in reality. Simps live in fantasy land. Because if you look at social media, women don't have to communicate with these guys. On YouTube, you get women All they have to do is show a little bit of cleavage. And when they do that, they're going to get guys donating to their channel. Guys are going to support their channel. This is why some of these women's channels are big, because of men simping. But these men aren't genuine. These men have in their mind that they want to sleep with this woman. I mean, they're constantly telling this woman how sexy and how beautiful she is, and all she's doing is replying, thank you, thank you. She already knows, her head is already filled. But when it comes to these simps, they don't understand female nature. Simps are very destructive, and simps don't like other men. Again, this goes back to simps are threatened by men who are masculine, because simps aren't leaders, they're followers. And a simp, if a woman commands it, even if the woman is wrong, because a woman can have false rape allegations. And this is what happened with the actor that played on the Steve Harvey show named Romeo. Well, a woman lied that he and his friend raped her. So she went and got somebody, and that person came back and murdered Romeo. Romeo was the actor, the black actor that played on the Steve Harvey show, and he was murdered in 2002 at the age of 26 off of a rape allegation. And what a lot of these simps don't understand with this Me Too movement, many of them get sucked into false allegations and end up losing time and money because they believe so much in this woman, they treat her as a queen. She's not a queen. This woman doesn't believe in you. This woman doesn't respect you. And what a lot of guys have to do to prevent becoming simps, they have to take the red pill. Now, I'm not saying don't build families, but what I'm saying is don't get married under this system. But a true man is not worried about how many women he sleeps with. He's worried about getting his money right, his job right. And when that happens, he's going to dictate what women come to him. But when you are a simp, you're not dictating what women come to you because you're always begging for women that really don't want you. And the simp culture is going to continue to increase based on the number of men who are coming from single parent households, because all these men see is women and they hear everything about women. But when you take a look at what's going on with the simp culture, it's in the schools, because schools teach everything from a female-centric perspective. It's in the churches. You look at the black church. The black pastor is a simp. And here's why the black pastor is a simp. And a lot of black people won't go after this black pastor, because this black pastor does not tell his sister she's out of order. No, he continues to preach. Now, thing about the black pastor, he just takes her money. This is why I don't go to church. And any man who is a simp goes to church. Men who are red pill, we don't go to church. We know the deal. But I'm not saying don't believe in God. Believe in the Most High. But as a man, you got to be aware of what's going on around you so you don't fall in to the characteristic of being a simp. Don't worship women. And I said that in my 66 rules of dating. Never put a woman on a pedestal, especially if she hasn't earned it. If she's not your wife, you don't protect her. If she's not your wife, you don't wine and dine her. She has to earn that. But simps still believe that they have to be traditional to get a woman. And that's where they make their mistake. What you have to do as a man, you have to watch what you do. Always be vigilant. And when it comes to a woman, for the most part, Don't listen to what she says. Look at what she does. And as a man, to avoid being a simp, if that woman doesn't have any reciprocity in her heart or any empathy for you, she's selfish. She's narcissistic. And see, another characteristic of a simp, simps are like kids. Because they're insecure, they don't know what it is to be a man. And when I say like kids, you're also looking for that woman to validate you by appreciating everything you do, by expecting that woman to say thank you. But that woman isn't going to say thank you because that woman is the succubus. And simps, number of you contribute to giving her power and ego to maintain her succubus status. But at the end of the day, as a true red pill man, there's nothing wrong with taking care of your woman. But the reason why she's your woman is because she earned it. But if it's not your woman, you don't owe her anything. You don't even owe her any explanation. And don't allow yourself to be put into a friend zone. And also, simps are also side pieces too, because they allow it. They don't look at what's going on because they're infatuated with this woman. They're lusting. And this is why I tell guys you need to have some discipline. Understand when you stick your dick in something, it could cost you up to $3,000-$4,000 of child support, depending on what state you live in. And too many simps think with their dicks. And just because you're in a gang, that doesn't alleviate you from being a simp. Because a lot of men are in gangs because they feel tough by numbers. But simps don't have a good hand game. They got to pull out a gun. Back in my day, we pulled out our hands. And if you fought, you became friends. It doesn't happen that way. These simps want to go back and get a gun. They want to join a gang. And these simps don't understand something. You go join a gang, and before you join a gang, you got to have initiation. You might be told to go rape somebody. And if you do it, guess what? You lost your whole life because you're going to be sitting in jail or felony. And that's the thing about simps. They're gullible. And when you're weak-minded, you'll fall for anything. But being a true red pill man, you got to understand who you are. You got to understand the world around you. And you got to admit your mistakes. And you got to grow. Most simps don't grow. They stay the same. A lot of them don't know any better. But simps are just like women. They don't want to be taught. They're like that old dog. You can't coach them. You can't be useful in any relationship. And this is why we have a lot of the role reversal because of simps. Simps are very subservient. They want to cater to her to get her validation. And that's what a simp does. That's what a simp is. A simp is not someone who is idolizing mediocre pussy. It's someone who is seeking the validation of the opposite sex. Basically, for sex. And if you don't believe me, you look around you. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. If you like what you just heard, please comment, share, and subscribe. You can also catch me on Blog Talk Radio. I do a lot of information on psychology of what's going on in the U.S., in the world. You can find my link to my Blog Talk Radio show at the bottom of my videos. That's Blog Talk Radio /411 Talk Zone Radio Show. You can also find my YouTube videos on Twitter and Facebook My Blog Talk Radio shows are on Twitter and Facebook as well, and I do a Blog Talk Radio show every weekend. So come and check that show out. And once again, just want to say God bless you. My name is Leon Jones. I'm out.